my name is Dr. Ruthie, Dr. Ruth Newstifter if you want to be formal. I am a professional sexuality educator, and you can find me over at exploringintimacy.com if you want to learn more. I'm also the author of The Nice Girl's Guide to Talking Dirty. But today I'm here thanks to the great folks at funwares.com who make it possible for me to answer your questions about sex and relationships. So stop on by funwares.com, say hi, tell them I said hi, all that good stuff. If you want to write me a question, please do. You can at AskDrRuthie at funwares.com, AskDrRuthie. You can also tweet me if it's a quickie at Dr. Ruthie, DrRuthie. All right, let us get to this question here from someone who's been watching my videos. Thank you so much. I love these letters. Hey, Dr. Ruthie. So I've been watching a lot of your videos and I love them. I love you too. You are making me so much more comfortable with sex and other topics revolving it. It has also provided me with a lot of confidence. So props to you. No, props to you. Good job exploring and feeling more sexually confident. That's awesome. I'm so happy. Anyways, I have never dated anyone and I'm pretty old. I have a problem admitting that I want to meet and date other people. I don't like admitting I need someone else to complete me and make me happy. I think also I don't want to admit I want to meet other people because I don't want to get rejected. I don't know what to do. I'm so bored, but I am so stubborn. Help me. Thanks, Anonymous. And lets me know that they're female. So Anonymous, this is a fantastic question, and I think that a lot of people out there, and including folks watching this video, are going to absolutely identify with what you have to say, and you make some really good points. The first thing you said is that I haven't dated anyone and I'm pretty old. I don't know how old you are, and if you wanted to write back and tell me, I could probably give you a little more specific suggestions on meeting folks. But pretty much everybody I know who's single, you know, especially if they're outside of their especially if they're outside of their teens, even starting in their early 20s, feels like if they're single and whatever age they are that they're pretty old. And that's people in their 20s through people in their 80s. So there's a really strong pressure to be in a relationship and to stay in a relationship or constantly be in a series of relationships, you know, starting from puberty basically, all the way on up till the end of life. So you're in good company with that too. That's a very common thought. I have a problem admitting that I want to meet and date other people because I don't want to state that I need someone else to complete me and make me happy. Yeah, that's a really important point, and the reason I pointed out you're being female at the beginning of this is that I think that it's relevant in gender in a way too. Definitely guys have a lot of pressure about being self-sufficient, so I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying that there are different societal pressures by gender. And, you know, for women, there's a very strong pressure to be complete in ourselves and not need a partner, especially a male partner if that's what we're looking for, to make us feel like we are complete. And that's a relevant thought. So I think that it's important to recognize that, and power to you for having that insight about your situation. But also you don't want to admit that you are afraid of getting rejected. You don't want to feel like you're afraid of getting rejected. Also very human, very honest, and a good thing to know about yourself. And you know, I think there comes a point where we feel like we've hit whatever magical age we were supposed to have a relationship by, and we feel like now it's too late, and it's awkward to explain to people when they ask about your dating history that you don't have a lot of dating history, or that, you know, you're supposed to have a certain set of skills by now and you just don't have them because you haven't practiced them. So then it's like, where do I get them now that I don't know? So these are all really relevant points and very powerful. The first thing I want you to know, which is what I said before, is that you're not the only person in this boat by any means. And in fact, the more nerdy people are, the more school they tend to have, the longer they go before dating or getting into a serious relationship or a long-term partnership. I don't know if you have a lot of school or if you're a big nerd or not, but that's just something to put out there, that there's whole big groups of people that we know scientifically are waiting a lot longer. And in general, women are waiting a lot longer to be involved in serious relationships and sometimes to be involved in dating at all. So you are not rare, you're not alone by any means, and I hope that's helpful. When it comes to feeling like, you know, you don't want to give in as far as feeling like you need someone else to complete you, that sort of thing like that, what I'd like to tell folks is that there's so much we can do on our own as individuals, and we can be a happy, healthy person all by ourselves. It's important for the vast majority of people to have a strong network of friendships because humans are social animals, and there are some exceptions to this, but by and large we're social beings, and we do best in a mix with other people. We like to have other people to go to movies and dinner with. Not that you can't go by yourself. I go by myself all the time. I have a great time with it, but I also like to have people to go with too. And, you know, to confide in, to bounce ideas back and forth with, to get ideas from, and just to spend time with. And so we can do a lot and be a lot by ourselves, and we can be fine by ourselves. But when we meet another person who does a lot and is a lot by themselves, and those two people come together, 3 or 4, whatever you're into, come together to make some sort of relationship, whether it's a friendship or something less platonic than that, there's the development of something new and something, this essence of relationship is almost kind of its own thing in addition to the two of you. And in fact, I would say the healthiest relationships are where you both maintain your individual identity, but then you come together to form a relational identity as well. And I wonder if that sort of concept of looking at it as two people who come to form a third identity without losing their separate individual identities, if perhaps that would be a little more comforting for you. It's not, two become one, you lose your identities. No, it's 2 become 3, or 3 become 4, however many people you have in there. I'm going to lose track of the math very quickly if we do it that way. So thinking of it that way may be useful, and to recognize that for many people a strong relationship becomes a natural outgrowth of strong friendships. And if you have trouble making friendships or strong friendships, you may want to look up a therapist or life coach or something like that who can really kind of guide you through those skills a little bit and see you through. So thinking of it that way may be useful. It shouldn't be the yielding of your identity. It should be, oh, I get to explore a whole nother part of myself, who I am in relationships. Now, what about getting rejected? All right, I'm just going to give you the bitter, honest truth. Rejection gets easier the more it happens, and I would encourage folks, if you can swallow this and make it okay with you and your personality, to go out there and get rejected a lot of times until you finally learn that tough lesson that it isn't about you personally. It's about a whole lot of different factors, and then it doesn't hurt as much anymore. And when you can recover from a rejection in a thoughtful, caring kind of way that doesn't burn a bridge, unless you really want to burn the bridge with that person, then you learn something new about yourself and you have a good set of skills. Rejection stinks. It's really scary, but it does get easier the more times it happens, and it's just a natural part of life. I get turned down for stuff all the time. We all do. Even when we're in a long-term relationship with somebody, we reject each other on the regular because humans are always negotiating our interactions. So my thought is to go to events that are not necessarily like hookup dating events, but that are mixers to meet lots of new people, and practice turning some of them down and getting turned down by some of them until it feels like it's okay. It's not your favorite thing, it's not what you want to happen, but it's just a part of it. And you'll see you turn some people down sometimes, and oftentimes it has nothing to do with them. It just has to do with you and what you're looking for. And you won't feel so bad about it either. Go with a friend, and both of you practice getting turned down a bunch until it feels more normal. You may also want to look for things like cuddle parties, which is an actual official sort of thing where you can get human interaction and there's actually practice of saying yes and no to interacting with people, and you get to meet a lot of neat people along the way too. You may find out that you don't need or want a long-term committed relationship, but you're looking for other people to just discover other sides of yourself with that are highlighted in a relational context. Or you might decide that you want to settle down with one or more folks and have at it for the long term. But it's another aspect of human development. It's an aspect where you can explore yourself and who you are in different contexts, and that you shouldn't lose yourself in that process. I hope that this is helpful for you and kind of gives you some insights on things to do. Stay in touch with me. I'm Dr. Ruthie, and I'll see you with the next video.